Here you can see some capped brood that hasn't emerged yet. And you can see the rest of the frame is being filled with nectar. That's called backfilling. And sometimes that's a sign that they're going to swarm. Because they've got so many resources coming in the form of nectar that they don't have a place to put it, so they put it where the queen would normally lay. But there's a certain time of the year where it's okay to start backfilling because the queen is laying less and all that jazz, and the brood nest is naturally getting smaller. So, and this is pretty cool too. You can see the bees making, hold on, see if I can get this on my camera. But right here, this is honey bulging out. Or here you can see a good job of here. See it right there? That white stuff? That's honey. That's fresh honey, fresh comb honey being built out. And you can see these bees. This is what they're doing. Yeah. See, that was a frame a little while ago. That was just a frame of just foundation, and now they filled it up, and they're making honey. They're totally in honey making mode right now. So I think their priorities are not making baby bees. Look at the way they're just so calm right now. Let's just take a quick look. Oh yeah, look at that. It's great you pick up the boxes and they're heavy. It's just a lovely feeling. They're heavy with nectar being ripened into honey. So I'm actually going to, I'm a little bit concerned that this hive could get honey bound. So what I do is I grab some frames of foundation, plastic foundation that have been coated with wax, and I shove it right in you break up the honey barrier. Right, just break it up. And they'll fill that. Now they might just take the comb that's already in there and just expand it so it's super thick, and they might just ignore this, but they also might start building comb on it too, right? So just breaking up the honey barrier is one way to or the honey block, the block of honey above the queen. It's just enough. Sometimes it's enough to provide some more ventilation. Oh, that's a frame of brood. Ventilation, and you know what I'm going to do. And that extra ventilation allows the queen's pheromones to circulate around the hive. And as long as they can smell the queen's pheromones, and you can see backfilling happening here too. As long as they can smell the queen's pheromones, they're less likely to swarm, and the smell of open brood too. So I put this foundation, or this frame of capped brood right here next to this empty frame of foundation, because they're less likely to, they're more likely to build comb on a frame that's next to that's right next to brood than they are to honey. With honey, they might just expand, make super thick honey, which is fine too, but right now I want more comb. So that's what we're doing. You know, and this is what you know, when you don't have a lot of drawn comb, this is what you got to do. You just got to get creative. And I know a lot of people, when you're building up nukes and stuff, you put the brood nest in the middle, and then you put the empty foundation on the side, and that's fine. But when you've got a hive that is exploding, and you need to just knock them back, I split up the brood nest all the time. And I just put empty frames between drawn comb of either brood or honey. And the honey, sometimes they make honey on those foundations, like I said, or sometimes they just make thicker honey on the sides. Doesn't matter. It's all good.